What if our sense of smell was as powerful as a bear's? A bear's nose is not just good, it is almost unbelievable. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow breath in. What do you smell? Maybe nothing, maybe your room, maybe coffee, maybe rain in the air. Now imagine this. That same breath carries thousands of hidden stories. The fear someone felt hours ago. A meal cooked 3 streets away. The path a stranger walked yesterday. Even the chemical signature of your own emotions. Because in this world, humans don't just notice smells. They live inside them. What if our sense of smell was as powerful as a bear's? A bear's nose is not just good. It is almost unbelievable. Bears can smell food from over 30 kilometers away. They can detect a carcass buried meters underground. They can track animals hours, even days after they've passed. This is possible because bears have thousands of times more scent receptors than humans, a massive olfactory bulb in the brain, and an extraordinary ability to separate individual odor layers, like reading pages in a book. To a bear, the forest is not silent. It is loud with information. Every step, every leaf, every creature leaves a trail. Now imagine that power is suddenly yours. It happens overnight. No warning, no explanation. You wake up and the world hits you, not visually, but chemically. The air feels thick. Your brain is overwhelmed by layers of scent you never knew existed. Old footsteps on the floor. Yesterday's emotions lingering in a room. The faint metallic smell of electronics. The unique chemical fingerprint of every person nearby. Cities become storms of scent. Hospitals smell like fear and antiseptic history. Schools smell like stress, sweat, paper, and hope. Nature smells so intense it almost brings people to tears. Many don't leave their homes. Because smell is no longer background, it is reality. Here's something incredible. Humans already release chemical signals when we feel emotions. Fear, anger, attraction, sadness, wit. A bear-level sense of smell, you would detect emotions instantly. You would smell anxiety before someone speaks. Lies as stress chemicals spike. Attraction as subtle pheromones change. Illness before symptoms appear. Conversations become impossible to fake. Trust changes, relationships change. Because emotions are no longer hidden behind words, they're in the air. Dating becomes chemical compatibility. Arguments become scent battles. Crowds feel emotionally loud. Privacy, as we know it, begins to disappear. Smell is the strongest trigger of memory. Now multiply that power by thousands. One scent could instantly return you to childhood. Recreate the presence of a lost loved one. Trigger joy or trauma with terrifying clarity. Cities would have memory zones. Homes would carry emotional histories. Abandoned places would smell like the past. People would grieve differently. Because the scent of someone never truly leaves. Would that be beautiful? Or unbearable? Eating changes completely. Food is no longer just taste. It becomes layers of chemical detail. The soil the plant grew in. The stress level of the animal. Freshness down to the minute. Artificial additives screaming for attention. Fast food becomes overwhelming. Highly processed meals smell unnatural. People crave simpler diets. Fresh, natural, clean. Cooking becomes a respected art, not for flavor, but for scent harmony. And hunger? Hunger becomes torture. Because you smell food everywhere, medicine changes. Doctors no longer wait for symptoms. They smell disease, cancer, infections, hormonal imbalance, mental stress. Diagnosis happens early, sometimes years earlier. Search and rescue becomes revolutionary. Lost people are found by scent alone. Disasters are responded to faster. Crimes are solved without witnesses. But there is a cost. Trauma has a smell. Death has a smell, and once you recognize it, you can never forget it. Modern society was never built for noses like this. Cities would need complete redesigns, ventilation systems, scent control laws, smell-free public zones. Perfumes become dangerous weapons. Pollution becomes unbearable. Factories shut down. Nature becomes the only relief. People migrate not for money, but for clean air. Humanity slows down, not because it wants to, but because the senses demand it. With a bear's sense of smell, we reconnect with nature. We understand animals better. We sense danger earlier. We live more instinctively, but we also lose emotional privacy. Relive memories too vividly. Struggle in crowded worlds. Feel everything, all the time. Intelligence doesn't just increase. Sensitivity does, and sensitivity is both a gift and a burden. Here's the curious truth. We don't need a bear's nose to understand the world better. We already ignore most of what our senses tell us. We smell rain before it falls. We smell danger before it arrives. We smell comfort in familiar places. Nature whispers. Animals listen. Maybe the real question isn't, what if humans smelled like bears? But what if we paid attention at all? This has been Curious Bird, and sometimes the most powerful sense isn't stronger perception, it's deeper awareness.